So it seems to me people do not understand my story as well as I thought.
I am at the arena. Look at it. It is big. And there's so many people in line. Look, you see this? Look at it.
She was just a little girl. A child who had no purpose in this life. She went through her fair share of bullying, ridicule, depression, obesity, anorexia, bulimia, poverty, discrimination, you name it, she went through hell. She had no solace of purpose or fulfillment in her life until she stumbled across professional wrestling. And not necessarily because of the fame and the glitz and the glamour behind it all. It was purely for the love of the game, for the name of the sport. Because of individuals like Eddie Guerrero, like Dean Malenko, Bryan Danielson, Ultimo Dragon, the Joshis, AJ Lee, that child saw a glimmer of hope to become something in this life. Even with all that, even if you decide to put your blood, sweat, and tears to become a member of your all-boys amateur wrestling team at your school and be a part of some of the first all-girls tournaments in the state, it's going to take them over 2 years after you graduate to even receive your varsity letter because they did not give a damn. It does not matter if you decide to train at one of the best wrestling schools in the entire East Coast for over 2.5 years without even a debut match. They could decide to close their doors and leave you to fend off to the wolves all by yourself in just a blink of an eye. No one is gonna have your back if you don't believe in yourself.
And that's why Spiteful Brute exists.
I have a dream and I want to be one of the best in this industry. So on March 30th, Power Pro Lucha, I don't need your friendly invitations. And individuals, talented individuals like RYAN MOONEY are gonna know exactly who Harleen Lopez is. Because I know who I am and I know what I'm worth. I'm gonna come through Power Pro Lucha and burn the entire thing to the ground.
Headed your way. Two combatants who know each other very well in Harleen Lopez and RYAN MOONEY. Let's send it back up to Samira.
This next match is a singles match scheduled for one fall. Introducing first.
Turning every bit of feeling abandoned, of feeling overlooked, of feeling ignored, and using that as energy, as nourishment to become as technically proficient and talented the Spiteful Brute, Harleen Lopez.
It truly is how the Spiteful Brute was born. It is what has fueled her. It is what's been the driving force for Harleen Lopez. But Harleen had spoken online and got very real about the significance that pro wrestling has played in her life, the trials and tribulations of childhood and adolescence, finding a purpose in the world of pro wrestling, a reason to keep driving and keep pushing herself. And I would almost argue has someone that is just as passionate with a certain amount of rabidity in rabid.
Very good word, Alyssa.
In rabid Ryan Mooney.
That spitefulness can lead to a sense of being. I mean, normally I'd be happy to talk over Samira anyway, but just out of respect. As I was saying, Harleen Lopez, spiteful can also mean headstrong. And the last thing that you want to be is overconfident against somebody like rabid Ryan Mooney. He has the, as you say, rabidity. He has his own sense of, dare I say, spitefulness. But underlying that is technical prowess, is a knowledge that is impossible to ignore unless you want to lose.
And certainly when you talk about knowledge, these combatants have trained alongside one another at the Worldwide Dojo. They aren't strangers to each other. I think that they can recognize the talent that each one has. I don't know if there's any piece of them that's taking the other lightly. And I think both of these combatants have come to the battlefield looking for a fight. And they're only too happy to oblige.
Poor Dr. Dan Yost has his hands full in this match, and the bell hasn't even rung.
Ryan Mooney, you can even see in the early moments how he carries himself, that there's such a fervor, there's speed, there's agility in each and every one of his movements. And now driving with that force, Harleen Lopez. Creating that separation.
Fueled by spite, trying to get into Ryan's head from the get-go.
Something too I think that's important to note is as much as spite can be a motivator, you can't let it get inside your head to the point that you make a mistake. The two had exchanged words. Harleen in the clutches of Ryan Mooney. Moving around, finding an escape, reverses.
Alyssa, I did not expect to see wrist lock and wrist lock reversals between these two. I expected biting, kicking, clawing, fighting.
And like you said, this is an opportunity for both of them to show their not only appreciation for each other's talent, but appreciation for the sport.
Absolutely.
Weaving around to that hammerlock. Oh, and now wrenching.
Everyone loves a cravat.
I don't think Ryan Mooney loves the cravat right now.
Everybody else does. Everybody but Ryan Mooney.
Again, putting this pressure, but whoa, Ryan Mooney with a fistful of the hair. Harleen Lopez.
There's that frustration. There's that unpredictability.
The tensions had already been running high. And now looking to open up the chest of Ryan Mooney manually. Harleen Lopez. Oh, that.
Successfully, too.
Yeah, hollow thud. Marking crimson across the chest of the rabid Ryan Mooney. So well scouted, and now double back chops to the shoulder blades. That one connecting with the jaw.
Ryan has years of experience, years of knowledge. It is uncommon for him to be so easily thwarted this early in the match.
The windup, it's not good though. Dodged by Mooney. That one though, finding the target, but still Mooney finding a way, barreling shoulder first, but the Spiteful Brute taking over. Double bicep pose, power on display at Power Pro Lucha.
Do-si-do whip goes over. Ryan picks her up. Going for a hip toss, that's blocked. Ryan as well. Leg control, drag into the corner. Ryan going for a, right on his face.
Tripping the legs out from underneath, and now trying to get the shoulders down. Only for 2, but instead now, submission hold locked in. RYAN Mooney, you can see.
Immediately.
Yeah, immediately. Wasted no time. Didn't have a second to think about it. It was just make it to the ropes and force that break to get some breath back in the lungs.
We're still early in the match, and RYAN Mooney clearly not... Oh! Clearly I spoke too soon.
The wheels are always turning as that heel kick connecting. Right into that cover now.
Went outside, took a breather, re-strategized, immediately takes control.
Incredibly skilled are both of these combatants. As now Mooney driving down control. Harleen Lopez, you could see though, waving her hand no. After all of the fighting and clawing that she's done to get to where she is now, not going to relent in this matchup at Power Pro Lucha. Lighten up the midsection now with a headbutt to RYAN Mooney. Sweeps him off his feet. Only 2. Mooney ducks below now. And is that abdominal stretch now?
One of the underappreciated elements that RYAN Mooney brings to a match is he's constantly advancing. You see, he gets the best taken of him, he stands up, he starts advancing, he's attacking.
Whoa! But now sinking his teeth into the side of Harleen Lopez. Have to get some rabies shots after this one is the Spiteful Brute.
Now Jefferson's just around the corner.
Incredible shift as Harleen Lopez, not enough. Ducks below the sweeping blow. RYAN Mooney and Harleen Lopez laid out in the center of the ring here at Power Pro Lucha reGeneration.
Referee Dan Yost counting them both down.
And Mooney finding his way to his knees, but having to use the ropes to get back to a vertical base. Harleen Lopez forced to do the same. These warriors are giving everything and then some to each other. Clocking these forearm shivers. Springing off the ropes though. And wiped out, but back on his feet, this unrelenting determination. Spiteful Brute's gonna make Mooney pay for it. Well, now, Harleen Lopez had cited Eddie Guerrero as a very strong influence. Are we gonna see 3 amigos here tonight?
Well, we've seen those so far.
The shoulder shimmy, that nod of appreciation to one of her influences, but Mooney grounding himself against the offense. How dare you deny us? And how dare you deny Harleen Lopez? Jockeying back and forth for position.
Who's gonna? It's gonna be Harleen. Does that count as a 3 amigos?
I think we'll give it.
Okay. Let the record book show.
Now scurries to the cover.
Now you've got to pin those shoulders down. You can't lay across the chest like that. That's Wrestling 101.
Harleen Lopez, the gravity of this matchup not lost on her. Trying to grind now into the shoulder. Quick, oh, wait a second. Knees connecting of RYAN Mooney. Goes in that distance in the corner with the drop kick.
Drop kick in the corner, yeah. Harleen really in control for the vast majority of this match, but it just takes 3 seconds to turn the other way.
And now Harleen in this prone position, and RYAN Mooney on the top rope could be looking for some shadows over Honey Badgerville. Wait a second! Forced to course correct as Harleen Lopez dodged out of the way.
Think of the talent it takes to course correct in midair like that. He might be rabid, but he's also incredibly intelligent.
2 things can be true. That rear waist lock now, and Harleen with the escape. Harleen, a little bit of frustration mounting. Shrugging off Mooney.
Ducks the line. Does a pass by.
Cazadora now going through. The shoulders are down. But instead, wait a second.
Oh!
That bridge was enough to secure Harleen the victory.
3 seconds is all it takes to listen, Marina. That's what I said, and sure enough, speak it into existence.
In a matchup that Harleen Lopez, I believe, was viewing as a love letter to her experience and her relationship with professional wrestling, the peace that it's given her, the belonging that she found within this world, and the appreciation for her opponent.
For a match that featured so much back and forth striking, kicking, biting, to end with a bridge pin. I would have never expected something to end on a technical note like that.
Incredibly skilled. And Harleen Lopez, though, we're going to show her respect to RYAN MOONEY. Oh, not getting it here.
A challenger to the spiteful crown, telling Harleen, I'm not interested in your gratitude.
But Harleen taking it in stride as she's taken every challenge along the way, and you know what? Using it to motivate farther.
I think we need security on Ryan. He's really jacking his jaw with a fan over there.
But taking nothing away from the spiteful brute, an incredible performance that we've seen out of Harleen Lopez as RYAN MOONEY continues making no fans at ringside.
Harleen starting her Power Pro Lucha career with a victory. Who knows what we might be seeing next from her May 25th. A link to the past.